minus 15 seconds.
Falcon 9 is the flight pressure.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
We are 1 minute and 7 seconds into flight, and as you can see, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off. Coming up next, you'll hear max Q.
Vehicle is experiencing maximum dynamic pressure.
And as you just heard, the vehicle is experiencing maximum dynamic pressure. That's the point at which the stresses on the Falcon 9 are highest than they are at any other point during the flight.
Back engine chill.
Everything is looking nominal right now. Now coming up, you're going to have 3 events happening in rapid succession. The first is MECO, which stands for Main Engine Cutoff. That is where all 9 of the Falcon 9 first stage engines will shut down. That'll be followed by stage separation. That's where stage 1 will separate from stage 2. And then we'll have SES1, or second engine start 1. That is where that MVAC engine, that Merlin vacuum engine on stage 2 is going to ignite and carry stage 2 onto orbit. We hear that MVAC chill is looking good. That's where we bleed a little bit of that super cold liquid oxygen into the engine.
Set shutdown. MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
And as you can hear by the applause and see on your screen, we've had a successful stage separation and ignition of that second stage MVAC engine. Now coming up in about 25 seconds, we're going to have fairing deploy. So those fairing halves are going to split away from stage 2 and make their way down to Earth. And stage 2 will continue on with the Merah Putih satellite onto its parking orbit. MVAC-D had a really solid startup, and all of the temperatures are looking really good. The burn is going nominally right now. And as you just saw, we just had a successful separation of that fairing. Once we get into the vacuum of space, we don't need it anymore, so we get rid of that extra mass.
Stage is following a nominal trajectory.
And as you just heard, second stage is on a nominal trajectory. Now, there are going to be 2 stage 2 burns for this mission. The first is this one that is taking the spacecraft to its parking orbit.
Acquisition of signal.
Once it shuts down, it'll coast for about 18 minutes before relighting over the equator to raise Merah Putih to its deployment orbit, the geostationary transfer orbit. Now, while stage 2 is doing its job, stage 1, it's making its way back home down to Earth. Now, it's going to execute 2 burns. The first is the entry burn, which is coming up in about 1 minute and 50 seconds. The first stage is traveling at roughly 2,300 meters per second. And what this 3-engine burn is going to do is assist gravity in rapidly slowing the stage down. If we didn't do that, it would overheat and it would break up. This slows it down and protects it as it enters the Earth's thicker upper atmosphere. Close to that entry burn right now. On the right, MVAC continues to burn nominally, and there we go. That entry burn has started.
Stage 1 of the entry burn. Stage 1 entry shutdown.
It is.
Stage 2 continues to follow a nominal trajectory.
So as you just heard there, stage 1 entry burn has concluded. Stage 2 is still looking beautifully. We're going to have that landing burn, that last and final burn on stage 1. It's going to begin at about a minute or so. And then, as I mentioned earlier, just a couple seconds after that, we're going to have SECO 1. Stands for Second Engine Cutoff 1.
Stage 1 transonic.
Falcon 9 is in terminal guidance.
So while we may have lost the view of the drone ship, the view of stage 1, we did get the call out that stage 1 is transonic, and it's making its way on down to the drone ship right now. So hopefully we'll get that camera view back.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Landing burn has begun. Let's see what we get. So we lost the video right there, but hopefully we will get that back. Hopefully, but we have heard that we've had a successful second engine cutoff and that stage 2 is in a good orbit. Hopefully we can get a view on that drone ship if everything stabilizes, but if not, we'll give you an update on the status of the first stage once we get it. What we're hearing right now is that stage 2 is in a good orbit. It's in its nominal parking orbit. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little break. As you can hear, we got it. Awesome. This is the second landing of this booster. Landed successfully on board. Of course, I still love you. It's a great shot right there. Meanwhile, second stage is in a good orbit, as I mentioned before. It's going to continue to coast, and we're going to take a little break here and come back at T+26 minutes for second stage relight and then deployment of the Merah Putih satellite.
3, 2, 1, 0.